What's up? What's up? This is Jacques, and I want to talk about how much you need to charge your freelance/agency clients to be profitable, right? Well, before we even jump into that, I gotta ask you a question. Why do you think it's so difficult for so many freelancers and agency owners to go full time? Hmm? Is it because they're undercharging? That's an option. That means that we certainly do it, but that's not the real reason. Is it because they're going after the wrong clients? Of course. That's also another reason, but it's not the main reason. See, the real reason why it's so difficult for freelancers and agency owners to go full time is that they actually don't spend the time to figure out how much money they need to charge per client, not by the hour, not by the day, per client to be able to actually do this thing full time. All right. And today we're going to talk about that. Right. So how do you actually go about doing that math? Now, a lot of, things you see, they say things like figure out how much money you want to make and divide it by this and multiply it by that. And you get to scrap that. This is what we're going to do. Right. So how much should I charge my freelance or agency clients? Right. So let's look at two scenarios. Let's say you have this gentleman to the left and you have this young lady to the right. And let's say he is a developer and she's a designer. How much should they charge? Well, the first thing is I want you to help you establish the least, the most minimal amount you need to charge. Not want to charge, but the least. This is the least that I can afford to charge you, Mr. or Mrs. Client, to actually be able to run my business. And so what does that number look like? How do we get to it? Well, the first thing I say is take a look at your life, right? Take a look at your bills, your Netflix, your brunch schedule, your whatever, your car insurance, your school loans, and figure out what is the minimum, not the max, not the goal, just the minimum amount of money, minimum that you would need to make from your business after taxes to be profitable. The minimum, right? So in the case, if you live in New York City, maybe that number may be 6K. If you live in a different city, maybe that number could be a little less, a little more, etc. So figure out what is the minimum for you to be profitable, okay? So with that said, let's do it, right? So let's say for the developer on the left side, the minimum for him is $6,000. He needs to make at least 6K per month to be able to run his life and live his life, right? And for the young lady to the right, let's say for her, she needs to make at least 7,500 per month to be able to, live a decent life. And, she ain't driving no Benz or no Tesla or nothing, but just enough to say, all right, this business works. This is the lowest you would ever want to make. So first thing I want you to do is take that number right there and multiply it by 2. So if we multiply that number by 2, then this new number we have here is 12K for this person and 15K, I think is the math, for this person, right? 12K a month and 15K a month. What does this number represent? Well, this number represents your monthly revenue. So that's how much money you need, not want to, not would like to. That's how much your business needs to make at a minimum per month for you to be able to make 6,000 or 7,500 to be able to actually live a normal human being life, right? So let's go deeper into that, right? So now that we have how much money we need to make per month, if we multiply that by 12, it'll give us the number we need to make per year, right? Because this is the per month number. So if we do this, multiply by 12, here we have 144K. And in here, once we do this math, we have, what is the math, 180? Yeah, something like that, right? So 180K. So this is the per year number, per year, right? So this is our next milestone. So what does this mean? If you have a business that you run by yourself, or you have a small team, some contractors here and there, freelance business, and you want to make at the minimum $6,000 to be able to say, all right, I'm doing my thing. I mean, I'm not there yet, but I have enough to say I have a life. You need to make at least 144K for the year. And then for the other one, you need to make 180K. So then, all right, let's go deeper than that. So the next thing we want to figure out is how many clients can you actually serve within that time? So let's do it, right? Now, I'll save you the time. As a developer, generally it takes us, 3 to 4 months, depends on the complexity of the project, to build a full website based on the client sites we build. So let's say in this case, we're going to say for this gentleman, it'll take him 3 months, right? And then for the young lady on the right, let's say to do a full branding project and with the logos and everything, let's just say 2 months, sure. Right? 2 months and 3 months, okay? So then with that said, you're looking at these two folks and you say, all right, well, within that time frame, 3 months and 2 months, how many clients can they each individually serve within that time, right? Let's say the developer says, look, I want to keep things tight. I don't think I could serve more than 2 clients this time frame, right? So within these 3 months, I can only serve 2 clients. And the designer says, I can't serve more than 3 clients, right? 3 branding clients within these 2 months. So when this time frame, I have 3 clients that are paying me how much I'm going to charge them, right? So then now let's take that number and trying to figure out what is the year number, right? So you look at, if it's 3 months for 2 clients, 6 months is going to be 4 clients, and then 12 months will be 8 clients. So in this case, we have 8 clients per year for the developer. And for the designer, we have for 2 months, you have 3 clients. 4 months, you have six clients, right? 4 months, 6 clients. 8 months, 12 clients. 12 months, 18 clients. So in this case, you have 18 clients, whatever you know, 12 clients, right? So this is the difference between the two, right? So this person, I'm gonna just highlight it again. This person on the left needs 8 clients per month, but they can only handle 8 clients a month. And the person on the right can only handle 18 clients a month, right? So now what do? Well, now it's just math. We take the annual number, which is how much you need to make, not want to, not would like to. That's how much you need to make based on this equation, based on your own life. You need to make 144, right? Divided by 8, right? And then the same thing with on the right side. If my math is correct, I think this means on the left side it's 18K. I think. No, not per month, excuse me. 18K per client. And then on the right side, 180 divided by 18 is 10K. So what does that mean? 18K, 10K. So essentially, the gentleman on the left wants to make $6,000 profit a month. In order to be able to make $6,000 profit a month, which total ends up, he has to make 12,000 revenue for the month. 12,000 revenue for the month ends up being 144K revenue for the year. To do all that, this gentleman has to charge at least 18K per website project. And the young lady on the right has to charge at least 10K per branding project, right? And so what this number is called, this number here for both of them, is called the MLE, which is their minimum level of engagement. That's the lowest amount I can charge you to be able to actually run this thing full time and do my thing, right? So that is the floor. And then from there, you work to try to charge as much as you can, keeping these minimums in mind. So you may say, well, Jacques, this is all good and all, but 18K, 10K, how do I go about charging 10K, 18K? Well, you're in luck. I got a training that I created. It's called How to Increase Your Prices and Grow Your Creative Agency. It's made for freelancers and creatives and agency owners. And I will teach you exactly how I go about charging 10K, 20, 30, 50K for these similar projects, similar to the ones you probably do, right? So if you're interested in that training, click the link and go check it out. It's free. Just sign up, put your name and email, and then I'll send you the link immediately when you go watch it. All right? I will see you on the other side.